All right, so the plan here is, since we're leaving to go to Florida in a couple of days, is I'm gonna need to load the car on the trailer. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I always feel like really the trailer should be hooked to the camper when I'm driving the car up on it. Because I have visions of an automobile being pushed by a trailer being pushed by an automobile when it drives up on the back of it, you know, rather than staying in the same place. And then you know, you get into this part where you're no longer driving. You might be a passenger, like on a Ferris wheel, you know, or one of them circus rides that goes wheelie wally, wheelie wheelie wheelie. Well, I don't know if I want to do that or not. Now, so what I done is I moved the trailer as close as I could get it with my little John Deere tractor. Now, I could maybe almost push this with that John Deere tractor without wrecking the trailer or the tractor. Now, could maybe is a, I don't know if that's a double compound verb or an adjective or a protracted pronunciation of some, you know, English construction, of which I probably was pretty well educated but have forgot. But could maybe always implies that things might not go well. That's just the way I think. It's like southern redneck thinking, you know. Maybe it could maybe work. Kind of means it could maybe not work, like having me lean on this trailer while I get the rock out of my sock here. You know, it could maybe work without me breaking this trailer fender. And I think it will. I think the probability is better than the probability that I could do the hook the trailer to the RV maneuver. Now, yeah, you might ask yourself, why is he doing that in the first place? Why don't he just back up the RV and hook it to it? Well, I could, but, you know, I got water lines, septic lines, power lines, 2 slide outs. Up here, you see up here at the top how close the slide outs out are to those little cross member bar things, you know, and I got steps on the other side, and I got propane tanks, and, you know, moving the RV requires a little bit of doing, and it just seems to me like I could hook it up without moving the RV. And you might be asking yourself, well, why is he doing that? He ain't leaving for Florida for a couple of days. Well, see, when we go to Florida, it's about an 8-hour drive from here to there, and we're paying for a campground, and I'd like to get there early. Since I'm paying for a day, I'd like to get there early in the day so I can have as much of that day that I paid for to spend down there as I can get without wasting it being on the road somewhere between there and here. So if I had everything hooked up on the morning of our departure, then I could just turn the key, back the baby out, and ride on down the road with her. Leave about 4 in the morning. We'd get down there we'd have a good time, you know. That'd be good. So that's what I'm shooting for. Now the other confabulating contraction, it might be, you know, accompanying my thinking here, is that it might rain. It's been raining for a few days, and it ain't raining today, but that don't mean it won't be raining tomorrow. And if it's raining tomorrow, I'd rather have done this today than have to do it tomorrow. So I said all that to say that maybe if I had a pulley, I could hook a pulley over here and a rope, and I could tie one end of the trailer and the other end of the lawnmower, and I could go this way with the lawnmower and make the trailer go that way. But I ain't got a pulley. But I got some rope, and the other day y'all seen me down in the back. I was dragging bushes around with the tractor. I thought, well, maybe I could take the rope and tie it here and run a chain up under there, and not a chain, a rope, tie the rope, rather lower this down, run the rope under here, and have it come out up yonder, and then go up yonder and attach the tractor to the rope, and then drive the tractor that way and have the trailer move this way and achieve connectivity. That's one possibility. Now what I could do is lower down the landing gear, because I believe if I lower down the landing gear, it would roll easier. It might achieve a place where it kind of sits on the axles and not so much on this thing, see? If I bring this down, then take some of the weight off the front end, it might make it easier to roll without having this part digging into the gravel. That's what I'm thinking. Y'all still following me there? So. So now, I don't think there's a whole lot of weight, or nearly as much anyway. See, on that tongue. I think that'd make it easier. So the next thing I need to do is go get me some rope. I go get me some rope. Okay, now hopefully y'all can kind of see where I am going with this here. Yeah, I'm going that way. And this part right back here, on the back of the rope, I'm gonna need to bring up here and tie it to the front of the trailer, like I'm doing now. Just like this. Just watch this. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Bring this up here and put it right here, up under that right there. Yeah, like this. And I just tie that in an ugly knot. It don't have to be a pretty knot, because I'm going to untie it in a little bit anyway. All I've got to do is hold for just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll come back and untie it. Okay. Let's put this right here. Let's do that. Bring that back around. This. Now, tie that. I can tell I got real Boy Scout knot tying skills. Pretty sure you can when you see how I just tied this in a really super professional sort of way. Right? Now I'm gonna go way up in yonder. I'll take you with me. And we're gonna pull a rope. It won't pull no more. And we're gonna bring a lawn tractor around here and tie it to it. That sounds like poetry, don't it? Tie it to it. Yes, sir. Now, should this rope go under? Which side of the front tire should I go on? What do you think? Let's try this way. See how that looks. Holy joy. Alright, let's go look at that. See, it looks about right. See, it's passing right about in the area of where I want that to go. So let's take a tractor, driving around there, and we'll tie those two things together. So far, we haven't put a dent in anything. We ain't caused no peripheral damage or any other kind. Holy joy. Beautiful day. Now, one of the problems I got with my operation here is that I can't be here and there at the same time. So I'm gonna need somebody to be back here to watch this for me. Make sure I don't take it too far. I'm pretty sure I've already moved it some. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna set y'all right here and y'all watch it and you yell before I go too far, okay? Yes. Get over. So I was going to try to woggle that thing. See, there's a hook on here, and it goes up in there. I can see it. And when you move this thing, it clamps that onto that ball. Well, if there's pressure, like this trailer is pushing against that, you can't hardly get that to close. I could bang it with a hammer, but the other thing I could do is, I tried moving it with my own body, but that wasn't doing so well. I could tie my rope here, go back there and pull it that way. Tell you what, let's try banging it with a hammer. Always more exciting. Makes a more exciting video if you bang on something. I learned that a long time ago in my video making days back when I was just a little boy. So I'll get a hammer and we'll hit it a couple times. I don't want to hit it too hard because I don't want to cause any breakage. Maybe I can, get it to go on there if I hit it gently, just gently. Y'all still watching? I don't see your light flashing. Maybe I do. There it is. Okay. Okay, now comes the time in our show where I have to do the legal disclosure. It didn't used to be that you had to have legal disclosures until they invented lawyers. I don't know when they invented lawyers, but the first recorded history I know of them is in the Bible. The scribes and the Pharisees were lawyers. By the way, they're the ones that got Jesus killed. They's always trying to catch him up on something, and he's too smart for them. So they finally just leaned on Pontius Pilate. He was a Roman governor. He's a little bit scared of them because they were in with the Israelites who the Romans had captured and taken over, and they was trying to coincide and exist and not have any stress and disorder. But the crucify him, and Pontius Pilate thought, well, he's just some redneck from Galilee. He ain't worth the trouble. Go ahead, do what you want to do with him. I'm washing my hands of the whole deal. So see, the lawyers got Jesus killed, and they'll do the same to you today. If you do something and somebody sees you do it, and then they say, well, you see, he did that. So if I do that and I get hurt, I can sue him because he's got a lot of money because he can afford a nice John Deere LT55, 155, not realizing that this lawnmower was free because it was broke down and wore out when I got it, and I brought it back to life. But that's all beside the point. The point is, don't try this at home. That's the most important thing I got to say about that right there. Old Rusty Acres is getting him some new knees. It's gonna be nice. I might need a set of new knees one of these days. So now that I got this hitched up, see, and I can go over here and throw the chains on it, throw the light switches on it. Get it so that I can have everything ready, and then a day or two comes around, I put the car up on there. Oh, what do we got here? Somebody sending me messages. Somebody sends me messages sometimes. Sometimes it's somebody I want to talk to. See, we got a couple of YouTubers on here sending me messages. Here's one from Big Daddy. Hey, there's Big Daddy. What'd he say? He says, okay, okay. We got that message. Then we got another message here from Henry Gibson, Cutworm, Cool Hand Luke and Rusty Acres is all messaging me too. I gotta get finished with this. I can talk to them. But what I want to do, oh no, I just remembered one thing I didn't do was hook my little. I got a little thing I have to hook here that operates the brakes to that battery system that I was charging up, and I have to put it over this hook. So I need to let this down and pick that up again. I turn this wheel sideways so that it hopefully won't roll, because I don't even want it to move. I just want it to lift straight up. I'm going to flip this back up here. Back, not back up, but back up. We'll raise that till it clears that ball. I only need it to go enough to get this piece of wire on it. Now I need to make sure this piece of wire is not wrapped around that hose like it was before. I think I can slip this right up under here. Maybe if I raise it. Maybe if I raise it a little bit more. I can get that on there without rolling anywhere. Put that right on there. Come on, baby. You can do it. I'm gonna need to do one of them before too long, but I think that'll do for one more trip. See how much easier it would have been if I'd have put that on before than after. I'll roll it up some more. Get that to go over that. You're just gonna fight me every inch of the way, ain't you? See how you are. That's already moved too far. Let me go get me a screwdriver and I'll help him away with this thing. There we go. Now, I use my screwdriver to push it back again. We'll let this down. If I let it down where it's at, it's going to sit right on top of that thing. So I'm going to sit right on top of it. Oh, the joy. See how this is riding up? What that tells me is that it's riding on top of the ball. It needs to go down. Part there needs to go down under that. I might need to get me a bigger bar to prize on here. See, that time I need something bigger to prize on. I don't intend to wear myself out doing this today, but I am. Seem to be. There. Now she's on there. Now I'll go do the hammer trick again. So you need to get this right, because if it ain't right, then you lose your trailer going down the road. And you really have some lawyers visiting you and asking you to come into court to see them and stuff. There. Now I put my safety chains on. I don't want to leave too much play in them. I want to leave enough, but not too much, because I don't want them wearing out on the ground and or anything like that. So. There. See, this will pull if that pulls. That's not tangled up in anything. Do it. And I'll put my lock, my big padlock right here. Keep this thing from opening up. Got room on both sides. Fold this little leg up again. Oh, the joy. And I can go ahead and plug my lights in, and then I can check on my lights too. It'll be right proficient and everything. Got my 7-prong plug here. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. I'm gonna have just about enough time to get in this shower now. We're going over to visit friends in a little bit. On the crankiest, turn the lights on, look at them, make sure they're working. Last time this was drove was October, I think. So I had it on battery tender, so the battery should be good. Everything should be good, but should is one of those variable preposition words that you can't really depend on. Should. You need it to actually work. Now, since this door key lock ain't popping up, it's making me think the battery might be dead, because a lot of times when the door locks, when the automatic door lock don't work, pretty good sign the battery's done gone dead. So let's pop the hood first. Make sure we ain't got. Hey Charlie, one thing I noticed about this thing is it gets wet inside of here because the heater runs back there, and there's a little curtain that separates the two compartments, and so it's colder in here than it is back there, so moisture tends to form inside the cab, which probably ain't all that good for it. The reason I raised the hood is I want to make sure none of my battery tender wires was down in the fan blades or anything like that. I'll know. Got that. Oh yeah, she's working. She's working good. I think I'll put the windows down, let it air out a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah, we was gonna test the lights, weren't we? Okay, lights on and turn signal. Let's go check out. Holy joy. I can see from here I got my little fender lights, my little trailer lights, marker lights. I'm thinking one of these might be ready for a bulb, but that's working, and that's blinking. Those are on. Pretty sure that one is. That looks good. Let's go try the other side. Oh, the joy. This is good work right here. I'm glad I'm getting this done so that I can, have everything ready for when we get ready to stroll on down the highway. Holy joy. There's a lot of things I learned to do when I was a truck driver that are handy now. Like doing a little pre-trip inspection, checking the tires every so often, making sure the bearings ain't overheating, making sure the lights are working. I don't know if these ones are working or not. Well, they're right in the sunlight, but I can pull the covers off and check them. But that's all good. So I think I'll just let that run for a minute or two, just because, and let the fresh air blow through there and take some of the moisture out of it. See how this is all wet here. That can't be good for it. Oh, let's see what we got here. We got emergency brake. Brakes work good. Brake release. That feels good. We put that back on. We need that on to get the slides out. Okay then, so I'm gonna leave these windows cracked a little bit, like I said, to let a little fresh air circulate through here. And, look who stuck his nose out. Hey, it's Charlie. Hey Charlie. Charlie's like, what are you doing up here, Daddy? What are you doing? We going somewhere? Oh. This is hot. Okay, turn the lights out. I just leave that up. And I'll put you all away, and I'll pull that rope in. We'll put the tractor away. We'll call that a good day's work. It's only a partial day's work because we're going over to visit the neighbors in a little bit. We got more to do. We'll get around to it sooner or later. Love y'all. Thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to say hi to your mom and them, and give your kids a hug. And if you got a dog, pet it. And if you got a cat, don't let it walk on your car.